Hey there, welcome. My name is Alonda Carter and I am the Recovering Hunbot. I create anti-MLM videos and I'm also dipping my toes into true crime. And when you really think about it, isn't multi-level marketing criminal? And what is up with this hair? What am I even going for? I don't know. I guess it's just one of those things after a couple of months and, lockdown quarantine, you just kind of go with whatever. So yeah, it's not looking so great, but honestly, I don't really care. And is it really the point? I don't think so. So see, it won't even stay up. It's just flipping and flopping, but whatever. And I got these little things in a BoxyCharm box, and I don't even know what they're called, and I'm not sure if I like them or not. Maybe you guys have some of them. I don't know. Anyway, okay. So why are we here today? Well, sometimes things just slip into my bubble, and this is one of those things that just came in there. Because I was supposed to be researching some true crime, but I came across this, so I'm like, I just got to talk about it. So what I'm going to do today, and I just can't believe that this is here because it's going to be comical to me to just debunk this. I'm going to be reacting to a video of someone who is teaching Beachbody coaches. This person is a Beachbody coach themselves, but teaching Beachbody coaches how to achieve the very first rank in Beachbody, which is called Emerald, in an hour. Whoa! Doesn't that just sound glorious? Aren't you just excited? I mean, this could be you. So let's get into this, shall we? All right, let me first explain to you what an Emerald coach is. I believe in this video, the dude does so, but let me just lay this out for you, okay? So when you join, to be active, you have to have 50 personal volume points. If you don't have those points, you're not considered active. To be an Emerald coach, you need to be active, and then because it's a binary plan, so what you need to do is get someone to sign up underneath you on your right leg and on your left leg, and both of them need to be active. So they both have to have 50 personal volume points. Now, typically what Beachbody coaches do is they get Shakeology on auto ship, and that's worth 90 personal volume points. So everybody's on Shakeology. So of course, you've already made even more than that personal volume. You just need 50 and now you have 90. So, you can bank that. Literally, you can bank that as an Emerald coach, because the whole thing is that once you get 300 points on one side, then you earn $14. I want to say it's $14 or $15. I can't remember which, but it's called a team cycle bonus. So each time, the left leg cycles and the right leg cycles, you get that in every rank. There's a certain amount of times you can cycle per week. So theoretically, once you're an Emerald coach, you can start earning these team cycle bonuses, because guess what? Those people that signed up underneath you, it's going to be just that simple for them to reach Emerald too. Or is it? Now, here's the thing. Let me just point this out to you. This is the income disclosure statement from the year 2017 to 2018, and it's the most recent, so we are just going with it as if this is today because they haven't published anything more recent. Alrighty, so down here, see where it says coach rank, and it has coach. The average tenure at this level, not even at the first rank, 3.23 years. What? And how many coaches are at that rank? Over 74% of them. So that means that most people are not even reaching the first rank, which is Emerald, which if we move up here to the top, you can see that is 20.6% of the coach network is at Emerald. And the average time they have been in Beachbody is 3.66 years as an Emerald coach. And they are making, at the low end, nothing, absolutely nothing. Average earnings is $2,864. And then there's the high earnings, which is over $80,000. But that average earnings can be skewed because literally someone can make, nothing, and somebody else can make $30,000, and it just kind of like skews it. You know what I mean? Alrighty, moving on. So let's get into the video and then my reaction. And I'm just going to warn you right now, the way the video looks in terms of how I appear on camera is going to be slightly different because right now I'm using Zoom to record this, but I'm going to switch over to Camtasia. That's what I use to edit. And just for whatever reason, just because of the software, it just don't look the same. So you're just going to have to deal with that, okay?
I am so excited to host today's Action Hour. I think this is something incredible that we get to do as a network every week, work together to build our business to help other people achieve their goals and enjoy healthy, more fulfilling lives. And I am really excited because I was given permission to kind of shift the narrative the way that we do this call. And I am really hoping that this is something that will benefit you. It will equip you to achieve a goal today. It will equip you to help others on your team achieve goals now and in the future. And what I really want to do is equip you with something that I've done with a lot of our team. We've been blessed with a really successful organization. A lot of people who have done a lot of amazing things continue to do a lot of amazing things. And I just really want to share this with you. So instead of doing a live action hour as per usual, what we're going to do today is what I call going emerald in an hour.
Did you hear that? Work together to build your business. You see, the Huns do not come up with this idea that they own a business. They're told that, and then the leaders, like this person, is telling them that they have their own business. He also said help people achieve goals, help them to lead more fulfilling lives, while the Beachbody tagline is help people to achieve more fulfilling lives, something to that effect. My point is that this just shows some of the indoctrination, that you hear these things over and over and over again so that you encode it and it becomes a part of you. Okay, this is being called an action hour. It used to be called a power hour, a live power hour, and now it's a live action hour. But the thing is that you do all the things you are, quote unquote, supposed to do each day as a Beachbody coach within that hour time frame. Now, I did a video earlier where I applied the BITE model to the daily activities that Beachbody coaches perform, and I'll try to remember to put a link to that or throw up a card or do something because, I really broke all of that down. The guy wants you to be able to, quote, achieve a goal and then be able to teach your team to do the same because you're going to be able to grow a team because they're just going to duplicate this process. It's all about things being duplicatable. And since it's going to be so easy for you and he's showing you exactly what you need to do, of course, you're going to be able to start building your team right away.
And really the goal of this next 60 minutes, if you're already an Emerald coach, that's okay. My goal is to, first of all, help you hit Emerald again, because once we've reached Emerald once, it's no longer a goal to hit. It now becomes an activity level. So maybe it's hitting Emerald every quarter, or maybe hitting Emerald every month, or hitting Emerald every week. So I just want to share this so that you can do that. The other thing that I really want to do, again, if you've already earned Emerald, I want you to be able to take the same exact process that I'm going to walk you through and help your coaches now and in the future use the same process. This is what we talk about when you hear people talk about duplication all the time. I want you to be able to take exactly what we're going to do today and walk your coaches right through it so that you can help them earn Emerald. And then Emerald every quarter, every month, every week, depending on what their goals are and what they're working to. Okay?
Interesting. So once you hit Emerald, it's no longer a goal, it's an activity. So that translates to me that you got to keep on doing this. And he even mentions, an activity to hit it every quarter or every month or every week. Translation: once you achieve a particular rank, in this case Emerald, that doesn't mean you're going to keep it because people leave. He doesn't say that. Why do you have to, keep on achieving that over and over again? No one asks about that. This process that you're being taught, it's so that you also can then teach your downline, duplicate the efforts because it's all just so easy. Now, never mind that the income disclosure statement that I shared with you, over 74% of the Beachbody distributors who are called coaches, and being a coach is the initial rank. Do not let that get you in a twist. It's just a word, that's all it is. But hey, you are given a plan. So surely it's easy and it's going to work. Everyone can achieve this, right?
And we're going to get into who you're actually going to talk to in a little bit. But you need to have one person who's active on your left leg. And the other thing that I like to do when I do this call is talk about some options. Okay, because here's the thing: when we are talking about people, everyone has different goals, and the goal for you is not to like trick people into becoming active. The goal is for you to find products that help those individuals reach their goals and stay active because they're continuously utilizing them. I've been drinking Shakeology every day for the last 7 years. If it was not effective, I wouldn't still be drinking it. I would not still be an active coach. So it's really important that you don't just try to get someone active, but you really talk to them and find out what their goals are so that you can give them the products that are going to help them get there.
So the dude is explaining what it takes to be an Emerald coach. I already went over that with you, so I cut out a lot of that. But I do want to point out right here, I find this really interesting because there is, no tricking anyone into being active. It's all about helping them reach their goals and then staying, as an active coach. Here's a spoiler alert for you, though. He's going to tell you a little bit later something about, sign up your spouse or a family member or a good friend. Basically, two people that you can count on to join because, they care about you and stuff, right? That's what you're doing. You're pulling on those heartstrings. But if they are joining just to make you happy, they don't have any goals. So there's that. Which goes back to you have to keep on doing this quote activity to become an Emerald coach over and over again. Translation: find other suckers and hope that those suckers have some sort of goals that you can find a product and get them on auto ship. And this whole bit about him staying on Shakeology has more to do with the fact that he's been in the Beachbody bubble for years. And the longer you are in something, the more that the cognitive dissonance is formed. And it's harder to, release that belief system because, he believes in multi-level marketing. He believes that it's good and that it's easy. You can't hold two conflicting belief systems in your mind at the same time. It's just impossible. So, of course, he has to still believe.
Is to have one active coach on your right leg. Okay, same criteria. It could be spouse, family member, friend, someone into fitness, someone who is just like hustling and really wants to help people. And they need to be active on 50 PV, which can be any product 50 PV or more that align with their goals and will be a product that they'll want to continue to use and get results with. Okay, so that's what Emerald is. Those 3 simple steps: be active, have an active coach on your left leg, have an active coach on your right leg. Okay.
When I was in Beachbody, nowhere was it written, like, in the back office, the Beachbody back office, your coach back office, that in order to become Emerald, that you should get your spouse or family friend. It wasn't, you weren't really told that. But here you have someone who has been, quote unquote, in the business for however long he's been doing it, that's telling you that's what you need to do. Basically, find those people who care about you that will be willing to become coaches so that you can become an Emerald coach. Do you see how that works?
Now, I just want to take a second to talk about why Emerald is important. And then again, we're going to get into the workshop. I don't want to spend too much time on this because I really want to set you up to be at, like, by the time this hour is up, you know exactly, or maybe you've already earned Emerald by the time this hour is up, if you're someone who's a real go-getter. But like today, you have the option to do it, which will be really cool because that means on Thursday, your rank advancement will officially happen, okay? So why it's important? First of all, it unlocks team cycle bonus. So as of right now, if you're not an Emerald Coach yet, you're getting paid 25% commissions on any products that you sell. And when you become an Emerald Coach, you actually get access to this secondary piece of the compensation plan called team cycle bonus. You can go to YouTube and type in team cycle bonus Beachbody, and there are 1,000 videos that will explain it. I don't want to go too deep into that, but essentially you're no longer just a salesperson. You're now someone who's also making team bonus based off your team getting results and utilizing the products to do that. Okay. Recognition is another really cool piece. I just talked about how Thursday you will officially become an Emerald Coach. Maybe your coach will recognize you, but the company will definitely recognize you. We have an amazing recognition program. You get a certificate in the mail. It's really cool. So you're also showing people that are watching you. So people on your social media, like you posting consistently, all of those people are going to see that you're actually seeing success in your business and you're actually helping other people, and that creates momentum as you continue to build and talk to people. A cool bonus, and I want you to think about this too, because I know that there are different people that have different motivation. You becoming an Emerald Coach will actually help your coach rank advanced. And I think that's really cool. I'm fortunate enough that my wife is my coach. So for me, it's just like, oh, if I can get Emerald and help her get to Diamond, score. When I got to Diamond and help her become a Star Diamond coach, score. So think about that. Like, it's a really cool way to kind of pay back to your upline coach who brought you into this opportunity. So that's another thing that I think is really cool. The other thing is that it sets an example for your team. And as you continue to build your coach business, you're going to see that everything that you do is setting an example. The way that you work out, how intentional you are about your personal development, how your team grows, how many people you recruit. That's all setting the example for the people on your team and shows the people on the team what they're actually capable of doing. Okay,
Okay, this is proof that in order to make the quote-unquote most money, you will need to recruit. It's not about selling retail products. It's about getting people underneath you so you can achieve that team cycle bonus. Now, he mentioned recognition. Recognition is one of the 4 vital behaviors for Beachbody, and it's also a way to further indoctrinate you because you begin to crave recognition so that you can be viewed as successful. Now, let me tell you this. No one on social media gives a flying monkey's nut if you rank up. Literally, no one is watching to see if you do that. No one is going, oh, wow, look, gee, she's successful because she's an Emerald Coach. The words Emerald Coach, that's loaded language, and it's only known and understood by anyone in the Beachbody bubble. And yes, let's see, reaching and maintaining a rank, yep, that helps anybody that you signed up underneath. It helps them. And it's more proof that it's about recruiting and not retail sales. You end up going around all over the internet bugging people to join your team. And this is supposed to be a way to pay back whoever brought you into the opportunity? Interesting, huh? Now, I talked about the function of reciprocity within the context of multi-level marketing, specifically Beachbody. I've done that in the past. And I coined the phrase extended reciprocity by him saying that all of this about being able to help the person who signed you up, that just gets you to further your commitment to your upline and your need to reciprocate and show them that you're serious about your quote-unquote business. And let me just add that, putting this idea into your head is just a way for you to push yourself so that you can be viewed as successful. However, those numbers and the stories of people who have been in Beachbody, all of that shows such a different story. Remember, this overall system of multi-level marketing, it depends on endless recruitment, meaning you recruit someone, they're supposed to recruit people, and the people they recruit are supposed to recruit, and so on and so on and so on. It assumes that everyone can do this over and over and over again. It's just not so. It's not as easy as he makes it sound. I mean, it sounds easy, right? And if it's so easy, you should be able to do it. And this is why you blame yourself when you don't see success.
I love this because, like, I'm going to tell you, this process that I do, I told you before, I've been a coach for 7 years. I do this at least once a month, because here's the true statistic. The average person knows 2,500 people. So forget, if you're sitting there saying, oh, I only have 300 followers on Instagram, or, oh, I don't have any friends on Facebook. Move those things to the side. Move that distraction out of your way. The average human being knows 2,500 human beings. So this thing that I do with my coaches really helps, like, bring those names into your head. You put them down on a piece of paper. And I think the important thing, and you're going to hear this when I play the video that we're going to listen to together, is these people aren't necessarily the people who you're going to recruit. Because I know you're probably thinking, like, oh man, my second cousin Tony, like, I would never want him on our team. I'm not going to tell you to invite anyone who you're not excited to invite, because that's not going to build a team that you want to be a part of. But the average person knows 2,500 people. So what we're going to do is, I have this video, and I use this on purpose. So I want to make a point here before we watch the video, because I've learned that sometimes you teach so that other people can learn, and sometimes you teach to teach. Now, I also talked to you about setting the example. Now, if I came up with this whole beautiful, amazing process and just told you how to do it, you would probably think, oh man, I have to do this. I have to film a video, and I have to make everything look clean and polished. So what I did, and actually there's a coach named who has been a coach for even longer than I am, and she was outrageously successful simply by utilizing resources that other people made, because the beautiful thing about our network is that we're all trying to help people. We are all a part of one team, okay? So I am going to share. So what I need you to do right now is, I need you to get out a piece of paper, okay? A piece of paper. There is something, and Jimmy's actually going to say this in the video, there's something about writing things down on a piece of paper that is completely different than typing it in your phone, completely different than typing it on. It doesn't have to be perfect, guys. All right, so I'm going to play this video, and let's do it.
So we're going to go through something I call the memory jotter. I'm going to tell you 2 reasons why coaches make a huge mistake when it comes to this when they're getting started. And you're not going to make that mistake, because you and I are about to walk through this right now. Number 1, they don't do it. Number 1, they just don't do it. They don't make a list. They don't have anything to work off of. And they skip this step because it's a little uncomfortable. Like I told you before in the intro video, we're going to ask you to get a little bit out of your comfort zone. And this is the first time you're going to do that. But it's okay, because I'm going to do this along with you. The second thing, I'm going to start reading things off that you're going to start writing names down. And your tendency, all of our tendency, is to prejudge. You're going to think, oh, they're not going to be interested. Oh, that won't work. This person's wrong because. Let me tell you, the list you're about to make is not the list of people that are going to join your team or your challenge group. They're not necessarily going to be your customers or the coaches on your team. They are going to be the people that are going to help us find the people that are going to be your customers and your coaches. I was told a long time ago, we are only looking for the people that are looking for us, right? Our job's not to convince or push or anything like that, but we need this list of names to start working off of to find those people that are looking for us. So the first thing I need you to do is grab a piece of paper. Not your phone, not your iPad, not your computer. I literally need pen to paper. So if you don't have that right now, hit pause real quick, and we're about to get started. Okay, so hopefully you have your piece of paper and a pen or pencil or crayon, some writing utensil, right? Think on paper. What I'm going to start doing is reading through names of people you may know, types of people you may know. You and I have to make an agreement right now. If a name pops in your head, it goes on the paper. No matter how sure you are that this person is not interested in what we do, the name goes on the piece of paper. Deal? Okay, you're with me here. If you're continuing to watch, I'm assuming you've agreed. So you're not even going to look at me. Head down this whole time. I'm going to read this off to you. You're not looking at me. Head down. Pen on paper. And I can't wait to see how many names. You're going to share in the group how many names you ended up writing down. So I'm going to read off this handy dandy sheet of paper, so no reason to look at me because I'm going to be looking down most of the time. You ready? Okay, here we go. Building your contact list. Who do you know? Think about your family and your closest friends, the people you work with, the people you grew up with, and the people you've simply come into contact with. Identifying these people is the most effective exercise in building a successful business. So we're going to go through these. Here we go. Your mother, your father, grandparents, in-laws, siblings, children, children of friends, aunts, uncles, nieces, nephews, cousins. Now I'm going to keep going through these. You just keep writing. Friends, co-workers, church members, social group members, neighbors, babysitters, school groups, fraternities, sororities, organizational friends, casual acquaintances, chamber of commerce, networking groups. Keep writing. I know these are coming fast and furious. This is great for your brain. Who do you know via social networks? Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, Instagram friends. Your child's birthday invitee list. Wedding list. Who did you invite to your wedding if you're married? Your school roster. Your holiday card list. Your church, synagogue, or spiritual group directory. Who are individuals you know that want to get into shape? Want to eat healthy? Want to lose weight? Who do you know that needs to pay down their credit card debt? Who do you know that wants to help their spouse retire early from their current job? Who do you know that already goes to the gym? Who do you know that doesn't like their job? Who are actively looking for part-time work? Who do you know that wants more time with their family? Who do you know that is already into fitness and nutrition? Who do you know that's really ambitious? Who do you know that's super enthusiastic? Who do you know that's crazy competitive? Okay, now I'm just going to start running through occupations. Ready? Keep writing. Accountants, actors, advertisers, airline attendants, army officers, artists, athletes, acupuncturists, bakers, banking professionals, barbers, baseball players, beauty salons, brokers, builders, campers, chiropractors, consultants, computer engineers, cooks. Who do you know that's a dancer, a dentist, dermatologist, a designer? Who's a disc jockey? Do you know any doctors? People that work at dry cleaners, education professionals, electricians, engineers, entertainers, farmers, film industry professionals, firemen. Do you know any fitness instructors, florists, people in food services, people that lead fundraisers, funeral directors, gardeners, golfers, government workers? You know anybody that's a graphic artist, gymnasts, hairdressers, handy person, fix a guy, health practitioners, hikers, headhunters, hospital staff, hotel staff, human resources staff, insurance salesmen, interior decorators, investors, janitors, jewelers, karate masters, kinesiologists, kickboxing classes, kitchen renovators, lawyers, leasing managers, loan officers, makeup artists, managers, manicurists, martial artists, massage therapists, mechanics, medical professionals, musicians, mutual fund managers, Navy officers, nonprofit organizations, nurses, nutritionists, office managers, optometrists, orthodontists, painters, party planners, pediatricians, personal trainers, pet care professionals, pharmacists, photographers, physical therapists, piano teachers, plumbers, podiatrists, police officers, postal workers, promoters, property manager, public relations professionals, psychiatrists, psychologists, recreation therapists, realtors, recruiters, rehab specialists, reporters, repairmen, retirement centers, Rotary clubs, runners club, salesmen, scientists, shoe repair, Shriners, singers, skaters, skiers, skincare consultants, social workers, software engineers, spas, swimmers, sports teams, tailors, tanning salons, teachers, telecommunications, telemarketers, television repairmen, tennis instructors, therapists, trainers, tutors, valet attendants, veterans, vocational consultants, volunteers, waiters, web designers, writers, YMCA members, yoga classmates. Now we're running through where do you know that people live. You ready? Keep writing, head down. Alabama, Alaska, Arizona, Arkansas. Who do you know in California? Colorado, Connecticut, Delaware, Florida, Georgia, Hawaii. Who do you know in Idaho? Illinois, Indiana, Iowa, Kansas, Kentucky, Louisiana, Maine, Maryland, Massachusetts, Michigan, Minnesota, Mississippi, Missouri. Who do you know lives in Montana or Nebraska, Nevada, New Hampshire, New Jersey, New Mexico, New York, North Carolina, North Dakota, Ohio, Oklahoma? Who lives in Oregon, Pennsylvania, Rhode Island, South Carolina, South Dakota? Who do you know lives in Tennessee, Texas, Utah, Vermont, Virginia, Washington, West Virginia, Wisconsin, and Wyoming? And who do you know that lives in Kansas? Okay, you should look at it. You should have a healthy list. And you can even back this up and go through it again if you're like, Jimmy, you went.
First of all, I know that was really long. That memory jogger, that is a common multi-level marketing tool. Typically, it is for you to make a list of 100 people that you know. And you're told that most people don't do it. But you know what? People do it. I know I did many times over. But then he says they are not the people you're going to go after to buy your products, to join your team. Basically, they're the pathway to find those people. And then he asks you to make a commitment, an agreement. We as human beings, we don't like to break our commitments. This is a psychological ploy, and it's a way to influence you to stick to it. Now, if you ever thought being part of MLM isn't predatory, I hope this section of the quote training gives you pause, because it's literally anyone with a pulse in any field located anywhere on the planet is who you put on your list.
During that time, again, I do this activity every single month. So if that's what I could do, you probably could do at least this much, if not more. Okay. So this is the first step. Now you have this list, and I'm going to tell you exactly what to do with this list. This is so cool. I just love this so much. It gets me so excited. All right. So I made you a promise that I'm not going to make you invite people who you don't like or who don't want you to be, who you don't want to be a part of your team, and I'm going to totally honor and follow through on that promise. But what I want you to do now is I want you to go through that list, and I'm going to give you guys a minute or two to do this. I want you to give everyone a score from 1 to 10. 1 being that second cousin who you just like, no, there's no way that I ever want them to be on that team, on my team. That's a 1, okay? And then someone who you just say like, man, they would be the best coach. I would absolutely love for them to be a part of my team. That type of person, you're going to score a 10, all right? So go through your list right now and give everyone a score between 1 to 10. I'm going to give you guys a couple minutes to do this. And then we're going to take the next step. So go ahead and get to it. Cool. Okay. So now that you have given everyone a number between 1 to 10, what I want you to do is I want you to underline every person who you gave an 8 or higher. Once you've underlined them all, here's what you're going to do. You're going to take... If you did it like me, you can fold the paper over or whatever, you can flip it onto the other side. What I want you to do is I want you to rewrite the names of the people who you gave a 10 to. Actually, he is my dermatologist, and both times that I've gone to see him, he's asked about Beachbody on Demand. I'm just like, oh my gosh, like, duh. So he's a 10 for me, so I'm going to write Dr. Okay? And here's the other thing that's important. And then just write a little note to yourself about why you gave that person a 10. And it doesn't have to be long. He cares about helping people with their health, and he's asked me every time about what I do. So that's what I'm going to write as my note for him. So I'll give you guys a minute. So do all the 10s first, and then the 9s, and then the 8s.
Okay, I'm really a little bit confused here. Maybe you can help me out. He does this each month after being in Beachbody for 7 years. So does that mean there really is no residual income because you have to keep coming up with more and more and more and more and more people? Huh. Okay, so now that you have that score of who you want and who you don't, even though weren't we told at the beginning that this list was not about going after these people? And now you need to score them, and the 10s are the ones that, yeah, that's who I really want. I'm just a little bit confused. Maybe it's just me. And I'm just going to have to say this. I highly doubt, come on, really? His dermatologist actually asked about Beachbody each time the dude went to go see the dermatologist. That just sounds like a load of hooey to me. And if the doctor did, it was being polite conversation that you just like make with your patients. It's not that the doctor wants anything to do with Beachbody. He doesn't give a pig's butt about your MLM, Ken.
So here's the thing. Here is where I need you to make a commitment. Because here's the thing. There are 2 different types of people. There are people who do the bare minimum, because if you do the bare minimum and it works, then you succeed. And then there are people who 10x. And the people who 10x do above and beyond the people who just do the bare minimum. So if you're here, you might as well, if this is the first time that you've tried to shoot the moon, go over the top, try to 10x things, now is the time to do it. If you're here, please make sure that the time that you're investing is worth it, because if we end this right now and you don't go and do anything with it, then you should have watched Netflix. I'm probably going to get yelled at for saying that. I'm not going to get yelled at for saying that. But seriously, when you invest the time into something, you have to do it right. Okay? So what I want you to do is I want you to circle the 10 people who you are most excited to talk about and you are most excited to invite now that you have this list. Okay? And the cool thing, this is the reason why I do this. So anytime that we do something new, it's hard. So when you go bowling when you're a kid, okay? If you're like 4 years old and you go bowling, you put the bumpers up, because otherwise you're just going to throw the ball in the gutter every time. So once you throw it and there are no gutters, or there are no like gutter guards, then you can actually start throwing it and get better, okay? It's why like when you start playing t-ball, and then you play the next league, which is the instructional league, which is where the coaches throw the ball, so you don't have to like figure out how to hit when you can't even hit yet. It's like a slow progression. And the reason why I always have people invite the 10s first is because, first of all, those are the people who are most likely to say yes, so you might as well create that momentum for yourself. And secondly, if you score them a 10, chances are, even if they say no, they're going to be the type of people that will give you feedback so that you can get better at inviting moving forward. It's all about growth and momentum, okay? So those 10 names that you circle, here is what you're going to do. You're going to send them an invite, okay? Everybody invites differently, okay? So you can message them through whatever medium you normally talk. If you normally talk through text, don't send them an Instagram DM. If you normally talk to them through Instagram, don't send them stick with whatever channel you normally talk with these people. And here's what you're going to tell them. You're going to tell them the note that you wrote down about why they would be a 10 or a 9 or an 8, depending on how many people that you have. You're going to invite them and say, hey, I just wanted to reach out because I've been doing this thing and it made me think like, oh my gosh, you would be so good at this. Would you be open to hearing more? Okay? Ray Higdon says that you don't try to close people, you see if people are open. So that's how you're going to start the conversation. And the cool thing about those little notes that you made about why you scored them a 10, you can say, hey, I'm trying to build my team. I was trying to think about people who were things that you wrote about them. And this is the cool thing. It's super authentic. I was trying to think of people who are this, and you were the first person who I thought of. Would you be open to hearing more? Okay. So this is how simple it is. Okay. So what I need for you to do right now, and you don't have to do first and last names, but I want you to put in a comment the 10 people who you are going to invite today. You get I call this call Emerald in an hour. I usually finish before an hour is up because you now have 24 minutes. I'm not going to go on any longer. You have 24 minutes to start these conversations. Okay? So in the next 24 minutes, what I want you to do is reach out, again, through whatever medium that you normally talk to these people, and send these invitations. And just for your own accountability, write the names of the 10 people in a comment. And again, don't do a first and last name, because then if people know people, then people will ask people, and you don't have to go like that. Just use the first person's first name for your own accountability. And that's it. This is the way that you connect with people. This list is the way that we've built Emerald over and over and over again. And the cool thing about this is if you keep it this simple and you keep it about helping these people find a product that's going to align with their goals, that Emerald will turn into a Ruby, will turn into a Diamond and Star Diamond, and on and on and on forever. The most beautiful thing, and I heard say this about 6.5 years ago, is that a Superstar Diamond team is made up 100% of Emerald coaches. Okay, so you have the ability, you now have this tool, you now have this skill set, and you now have the next 23 minutes, and I'm going to close with this. You have the next 23 minutes to start to create that momentum. I am willing to bet that if you shoot for the moon on this one, you will enroll 2 coaches today, and you'll be able to wake up on Thursday morning as an Emerald coach for the first time, or maybe get your Emerald back. Or maybe take that one step further in your rank advancement. And I hope that this has been helpful. I hope that you can use this video and connect your coaches to this video so that they can use this same exact process to connect with the people who they know. That's the other thing that's so crazy too, is there is so much opportunity to connect with people that we don't have a lot of coaches, and I know it feels that way because we all search the same hashtags on social media, so we feel like everyone's a coach. But the truth of the matter is that it's just not the case. It's less than 1% of the U.S. population are coaches. So like, what are those 99 other people going to do? They need you. So go get it. Go connect with these people. Invite them to be a part of your team. Tell them the reason why. You go get your emerald.
Here's that commitment word again. Commitment is part of the psychology of persuasion because we as humans, once we commit, we tend to keep our word. Now, I just really found this funny because you don't want to be ordinary. You don't want to just do the bare minimum that most people do. You'll 10x it. Obviously, Ken here is a Grant Cardone fan. And Grant, I got some issues with him, but that's another video for another day. Savvy Writes Books did a great video on Grant. If you are so inclined, go check it out on her channel. You see, this is just an attempt to get people interested in your MLM. But overall, no one wants to be part of it unless they're at some sort of like vulnerable place in their life, or if they're one heck of a salesperson. But you're told when you join an MLM, and I know about Beachbody, you're not selling. Oh, I'm not a salesperson. Oh, I don't sell either. You're just sharing because you're excited about something you love. All you are doing is just asking people if they'll be open. Let me just say, when I see that in a message, I know instantly it's a Ray Higdon line of BS because I used it. I joined the lifetime of his group, Rank Makers, back when I was trying to crack the MLM nut. And I'm just going to have to say this too. It's never authentic to shill MLM. But you think you're being authentic because this guy told you that you are. And this guy is, viewed as being successful in your eyes. The action to put the names is a form of commitment. You're putting those names in a comment. So you feel obligated to follow through, especially when you listen to this type of training, because you're on this high, this euphoria, and you're raring to go because you believe full on it's going to work because it's so simple. And then there's that word accountability associated with putting the names there. That's just another means to keep you indoctrinated and committed to the follow through. I'm really curious. How many people have made it to Emerald doing this? How long did they hold that rank? How long did they stay in Beachbody? Because the numbers tell us a different story. Most people in the Beachbody coaching network never make it to Emerald. And why do you think that is? I'm curious. It's not because people don't try. It's not because these Beachbody Huns are just sitting around doing, bare minimum. It's not that at all. Just like Huns in any other company, they're working their butts off and not getting results. So let me ask you, are you all excited about joining Beachbody now? You just saw how you too can achieve that first rank in an hour. It's a snap. Anyone can do it. That's why, only around 20% of the people who joined ever make it to that first rank because it's just that easy for anybody to do it. And it's just that easy for people to hold the rank because once you get to a rank, you got to hold it. And at that point, it's kind of like Jenga. People are leaving and you got to shove in somebody to take their place. And doing that is really a challenge because you're just trying to plug those holes because literally you are on a sinking ship. I don't even know if you had any oars or anything, but that ship is not stable is my point. And if you follow the advice of this robot, you can just get your best friend to join, and your husband. Okay, I did that. I had my husband sign up, and I'm even thinking, oh, I will be able to will this to my stepchildren. They'll be set. Oh, good gravy. What was I thinking? I really, really was taken for a ride on this, and, a lot of self-indoctrination. But anywho, so yeah, I thought, I'll get my husband and then surely I can have, friends join. Well, I had a friend here and there join, but no one stayed. That goes back to that whole Jenga thing, you got to plug them in because people keep leaving, and then you got to get somebody else to join, take their place. I mean, it is this nonstop teeter-totter. You never are going to stop trying to plug the holes. So if you're thinking about joining Beachbody, or if you are a member of Beachbody, and maybe you're on the struggle bus, or maybe you're not on the struggle bus, or you don't think you're on the struggle bus, I'm hoping maybe this video was a bit of a reality check. Now, I do know that cognitive dissonance is afoot right here. And so maybe you're just going to dig your heels in more and just go at it. I know I went all in, and had I watched this robot when I was a Beachbody coach, I would have been like, this is the thing, this is the plan, this is what I'm doing. And I would have gone hard because I did that over and over and over and oh, good night, over and over again. And yeah, it didn't work. One thing I do know is that it's important for us to share our stories if we want other people to learn from our experiences. And that's why I speak out about Beachbody. This is why I speak out about multi-level marketing. I have no ill will towards anyone who is a member of a multi-level marketing company or ever has been a member of a multi-level marketing company, direct sales, whatever you want to call it, network marketing, social selling, and all these other little buzzwords that, all of a sudden they're like trying to reinvent what they're doing or something. I don't have a problem with the people who are joining. What I have a problem with is the structure. I have a problem that all of it is destructive, and it's a high control group. I mean, you just can't get past that. And if we want there to be change, it's up to us to speak out against that, and change starts now.